Hey guys, Coriel here with Twitchers Fishing, and we are back at her for part 2 of our little mini series. Today we're going to be once again painting up one of these jerk baits, and criteria remains the same, 3 colors or less. We are going to do titanium white for our base coat. Then after that we're going to just kind of have some fun. We're going to use an orange yellow, black, crimson red. Obviously, as you guys know, none of these baits are that will, well, the bait that we painted and the bait today obviously are not realistic patterns, but that's okay. The whole point of this is to kind of just get the creativity flowing and for us to just kind of experiment, learn what works, what doesn't, and all in all just have fun. In the end, obviously, for the fish that I primarily fish for, the pike are gonna chase these baits no matter what. So, but anyways, let's get to it. So let's throw down our base coat here quickly, titanium white. So I've already pretty much shaken up all of these paints, but we'll give them another quick shake just to make sure they're good. Right, I am running today I'm using a 0.5 airbrush, and I've got my PSI set to 30 PSI. All right, so let's throw down our first coat. Okay, let's give this this first coat. We're going to just heat set this quickly before we spray our second coat. All right, still got quite a bit of paint left in the bowl here, so we're going to just quickly go ahead, throw down our second coat. Let's just double check, make sure we got the front of the bait here. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know if you can see, if this will show up on the camera. I'm not exactly sure what sprayed out just onto the eyes there. I don't know if the paint just came out a little bit too thick there, but it kind of just blobbed on, unfortunately. But that is looking good. So let me go ahead. We're going to clean this airbrush out, and then we'll load up the next color and get that sprayed on. So the first color we're going to use is going to be this orange yellow, and we're going to spray the entire bait. So everything that we just covered in titanium white is now going to get covered in this orange yellow color. Okay, let's go ahead and heat set this, and then same thing, we're gonna put on a second coat. All right, that is looking really good. So we'll spray our second coat, and then we'll have another look at it. All right, that looks pretty. So I've got that mesh put on. One of the things to take care when you're doing that, especially after you've sprayed your first couple layers of paint, is be careful when you're putting it on. You want to pull it tight, but trying to pull it tight, what ends up happening sometimes is you do scratch the paint. So just make sure before I put this on, I actually heat set this again, and I let it set up for about 10 minutes. I didn't have any problems. Again, just make sure that when you're putting it on that you pull it tight. These are not the greatest idea. These like paper binder clips. Alligator clips would be the way to go, but this is all I have for right now. So that's what we're using. I've got the second color loaded up. Second color we're going to be doing is we're going to shoot solid black, and we are going to spray that over top of the entire bait. Other than obviously the belly. And yeah, we're gonna spray this on somewhat light-ish and go from there. Okay, let's just hit this side one more time. Okay, just gonna follow the contour of the body here just a little bit down there. There we go. That's much better. Okay, let me get the airbrush cleaned out. Once I do that, we'll come back, we'll remove the mesh, and then we're gonna talk about the third color, where we're gonna spray it. Then we will focus on what kind of eyes we're gonna put on it. All right, guys. So I've actually heat set this twice, and in between heat sets, I let it just dry naturally for about 5 minutes. So let's go ahead, let's peel this off, and again, no different than when we're putting it on. Let's just be somewhat diligent and careful because we don't want to scratch the crap out of the paint. But let's see if this actually got the desired look that I was after. So one thing I've definitely noticing is, for whatever reason, it is leaving behind strands of this stuff. And you obviously don't want to dip this in your clear coat if you got these little stragglers hanging around on the bait. Why it did that, I'm not sure. Because it definitely gave me the effect and the look that I was going for. This thing looks badass. I don't know what the best way to try and remove this is while the paint is, you know, I mean, it's not wet, but it's by no means dry yet. Let's just throw this in the helping hands here. I mean, they call them helping hands for a reason, right? Okay, so I think I've got majority of it. I wish I could say I got all of it, but I just don't. What's that? Ah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Go like one more. Ugh. They just keep appearing now. Okay, there we go. I have managed to get them all. Okay. So the last color we're gonna do is gonna be the crimson red. Well, as you can see, that did not turn out very good. So let's shoot the entire belly red. So let's heat set this, and then we might just have to throw on one more coat. Okay, we're gonna just see if we can't try and darken it up just a little bit. And without overdoing it, we're gonna just call it at that. So we're gonna heat set this one more time. I'm gonna clean out my airbrush, clean up the area here, and then we're going to talk about the eyes. Now I've got these really cool reptilian looking eyes, so we are going to put on a couple of these, which I think is just going to accent this bait. And obviously we're going to do the orange ones. So I've never used these eyes before. There was only a couple sizes at the time, so for these baits anyways, they're probably going to be just a tad bit too small, but it's okay. Let's have a look. I want the eye, the pupil straight up and down. Okay, that's looking good. let's get the other side. As you can see, it's looking really, really cool. Okay, same thing. It's never easy when you want to replicate the same thing on the other side, but hey, we're gonna try. Okay, let's have a look at this guy. Those eyes are actually pretty bang on. And once we clear coat this, it will look a lot different. It will actually lighten up just a little bit, and that red will certainly come through quite a bit more. But yeah, there you have it, guys. So again, just another very simple bait. Again, this is not a realistic pattern. I'm not going for realism right now. I'm just experimenting with colors, and I just want to, you know, show you guys, for anybody who's just getting into it and beginning like myself, that you don't need 1,000 paints. This was done with 3 colors, and this will catch fish. It might not catch fish every time. It depends on the clarity of the water, but it will work, and that's all that matters, as long as you're having fun, right? So let me get this tape taken off. We will get the KBS, we'll clear this, and then we'll see what it looks like after that. Alright guys, so here is what the finished bait looks like before the clear coat. We'll get this cleared, and then you'll definitely be able to see the difference. Like I said, the clear coat will lighten this up a little bit, and everything else on here is just going to pop that much more. I got to get myself a mason jar, as these jerk baits are a little bit too large for this. I got to try and kind of do this somewhat strategically to make sure I get the entire bait. And again, anytime you're using the KBS, whether it's true or not, the slower you pull it out, the less air bubbles, the smoother your finish, apparently. Again, I don't know whether that's true or not, but if I just move this camera a little bit closer, just spin this around, you'll be able to see the difference in the colors and just how much more they pop. So that belly is night and day different. Alright guys, camera batteries have died, so I'm just going to finish the video on my phone here. So this is the second bait in this little mini series that we're doing, just to kind of prove that you don't need much to get started. So again, criteria for these are just 3 colors. So this is the second bait we've done, and again, we've only used 3 colors. You don't need much. You need an imagination, some creativity, and just a willingness to learn, I suppose. If you guys enjoy the content, please hit the like button, subscribe. I do enjoy making these videos. If you've learned something from them, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any tips or ideas for anything else, please as well let me know in the comments below. Other than that, until the next time, keep painting, stay creative, tight lines. Bye.